What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Nada 2K in the world, and I'm gonna be doing a college football 25 budget players list. This week's legend drop was really good, so I suggest picking up each legend to improve your team. And if you're going for champs or gauntlet, it can definitely help your teams win. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so I can keep posting more videos. And the first person to leave a comment on this video, I will give them a shout out on my next video. Alright, let's get into it. So the first position I'll be going over is quarterback, and I'll be going over Roger Staubach, who was one of the players that was dropped this weekend. And the 84 overall is really cheap, and then also the 85 overall. But I'm actually gonna go ahead and buy the 85 if it's still at a good price. But you can see here you can get the 84 overall for less than 20K, and most of his stats are in like the mid 80s. So go ahead and buy him here just to improve my team. I do have Will Howard, but I just want a different quarterback as well. Another quarterback that you can pick up is also pretty decent. It's Quinn Ewers, Ewers, and his price was 18K last night. He has 75 speed, and his throw power is at an 83, and his other stats are in like the mid 80s as well. So we'll go ahead and pick up Roger Staubach here. Now for running back, there's quite a few running backs to pick up, but one of my favorite running backs of all time is Marshall Faulk. So I would just suggest picking him up as well. I believe it's 83. Currently, right now, is at right around 15K. So that would be the one I would pick up. There goes one right there, 15,900. But his catching is really good. So if you're the type of player that likes to throw to your running backs quite a bit to help beat the blitz, I would definitely recommend picking him up. He has one of the higher catch radius for running backs. All right. And another player that I would definitely pick up as well, and not too many people talk about this card, but I would go with Chad Johnson, the 83 overall. Let's see if he pulls up. Even the 82 is at 12,000, but the 83 right now 16,400, and he catches everything. I mean, he's a possession receiver. He has 83 speed, 80 jumping, 82 catch in traffic. So the catch in traffic is probably the most important attribute, because we know players like the hit stick. We know later on they're probably going to have different abilities to try to make receivers drop the ball, but he doesn't drop really anything, and his route running is also good as well. So I definitely recommend picking up Chad Johnson. Right. Another position that I'll go to would be tight end, and I'm gonna look up this guy here called Grayson Barnes. I don't have him on my team, but I was looking at some of these cards last night, and his stats were really good for a tight end. And I don't see any on the auction house right now. There go one right here. All right, so 15,650 for him, and he's a vertical threat. So usually for this archetype, usually their speed is a lot quicker. So he has 82 speed, 84 catching, 83 catching traffic as well. Run block isn't good. So like if I'm using him, I wouldn't run on his side of the field. I would specifically use him just for passing plays, play action plays like that, not for blocking, because he's going to get beat, and then your running back is going to end up getting hit. So that's a good option there. And then another card that you can pick up at tight end. I love tight ends on this game as well, so I'm big on tight ends. They're probably one of the most important positions on the field. All right, is a guy named Mitchell Evans. I don't have this card either, but I was just going through and trying to find some good cheap options at tight end. And yeah, here he is. So this card a little bit more, 19,000, but you can see his archetype is possession. So his catching should be better than the last card, and his speed is still at an 83. He's also 6'5" and 260. So when it comes to mossing or catching over defenders, he'll be able to do that. And his run block is also higher. His run block is at a 72. Route running is good, so this is definitely a really good card to pick up just to improve your team. Now for offensive lineman, I'm not going to go over any offensive lineman. That just depends on your own scheme and how you play the game, whether you run a lot, you pass a lot, you do play action a lot. So that just depends on your own scheme. But I would suggest, like for my team, I run more to the left than I do to the right. So on the left side, I have the power, I have the run blockers on that side. And then on the right side, I have the pass protectors on the right side of my offensive line. So that's just all a scheme, okay? Now, for the wide receiver position, we did mention Chad Johnson. And then now we're going to go to the defensive side of the ball. And I guess I'll start off with probably one of the hardest positions to find corner is cornerbacks. So I'll start with the secondary, but this guy here, I have him on my team, Everett, and his first name is Dalen. Now this card is really good. He's only an 83 overall, but he can do everything. He 83 speed, 82 jump, 83 press. So if you like to go man and blitz, he's definitely a card you want to put there. And his archetype is slot. So he's going to play the slot, zone coverage 82, man coverage 81. In my defensive scheme, I run a lot of nickel. So I have him in the slot position, and that's just my defensive scheme. So it all depends on your scheme and what players you think will fit it. But overall, I mean, this card can do everything. All right. Another card that's really slept on that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about is Ricardo Hallman. This card is really, really good. He still plays on my team even now, and he's just an excellent card. Hopefully there's some up on the auction house. And there's none of him, but when he does come back up, he may just be a rare card. But his price is going for $14K. And he has 82s across the board. So 82 speed, 82 man, 82 zone. And then another card that's a little bit more expensive, but I think will play better than his attributes actually show, is Patrick Peterson. And this is another legend card. And I would suggest going with the 83 overall. Even though his stats don't really scream off the page. So here, this one is 25,700, but he has 82 speed, which isn't ideal, but I think he actually plays better than his ratings show. So 78 jumping, press is 81, man 82, and zone 80. So I think overall, I mean, he's a good card to pick up if you need help in the secondary, which we all need help with, especially in college football, trying to stop other teams, all right? So another position that I'm actually going to go to right now is free safety, okay? And a guy I was looking at last night was Xavier Watts. And right now he's going for a little under 20,000. But his speed is what caught my attention, 84 speed. His tackling isn't good, so that's really the main downside to him is his tackling. So he's not really going to be able to hit stick people. He may miss tackles in the open field. But I think if you're just starting off and you're like, hey, I want to just try this card out, I would definitely try him out. And he fits the 4-3 multiple scheme, okay? Then another card that I was looking at as well is Khalil Barnes. So I try to do a couple different cards based off of their archetypes. And then, like we say, everybody runs different schemes, so it just depends on how you want to run your scheme. But he is actually a little bit cheaper. He's actually 13,000, and he has 83 speed, 74 tackle, so the tackle a little bit better. Man coverage 81, zone coverage 76. Okay, so it really just depends. If you run a lot of man, then he may be better. But if you play zone, just depends on how you run your scheme, okay? And then now I'm going to go to strong safety. I think there was one more person I was looking at as well. Hold on. There was somebody else named Rod Moore, but I didn't write down his position. So let me see. I think he plays free safety. Yeah, okay. So this is another really good budget option. As you can see, he only costs $7,500. So I would definitely recommend picking him up if you want to just improve your team. But his archetype is run support, 82 speed, so he's not as fast as the others, but his tackling is at 81, acceleration 81, man coverage 76, and zone coverage at 80. So I mean, overall, I think he'll get the job done as well. So I just listed 3 free safeties that I think will be able to help your team if you're on the budget. All right, now we're gonna look at strong safeties, And my favorite strong safety card right now is Gerard Holloman. And I would suggest picking up the 83 overall. I don't think the 83 is the highest. So right now he's going for about 14,000, but man, this card is perfect. He can do everything. 82 speed, 80 tackling, 78 man, 82 zone, and he is really good at hit sticking people. So if you type of person that likes to hit stick, running backs, hit stick receivers and tight ends, and he's made some crazy interceptions. This is even without abilities. I mean, he just plays the zone really well, and he just covers so much ground. So this is one of my favorite cards in the game right now at strong safety. And another strong safety I was looking at was a guy named Tysheem Johnson. I think he's another strong safety that will be able to help your team out. See if I can spell his name right. Yeah, okay. And he's going for under 15,000. And his archetype is run support. But he has 84 speed, so it's a little bit quicker. 82 man, 79 zone, and 80 tackling. So I think he'll be a very good pickup as well. And he also has a higher rating if you're trying to get your overall up higher as well. All right. Just have a few more positions to cover, and then I'll be out the way. So I'm gonna go with a few linebackers now, but one of my favorite cards in the game is Brian Urlacher. Originally, I was using Ray Lewis, but I ended up getting rid of him because he was just not good at playing the zone in the nickel. But you had the 83 there for 13,000. You had the 85 here for 21,000. But this card plays really, really well. He plays more so like a safety than a linebacker. Okay, he hits everything, and his catching is really good. He's made some really good interceptions. I play a lot of house rules, so he's made plays that other linebackers would not make. He's at middle linebacker here, but you can play him at any position, left outside linebacker or right outside linebacker. But I definitely recommend picking him up as well. And then there was another legend card that came out this weekend. I have never heard of this guy before, Brian Bosworth, but his stats look really good, and I think it would definitely be worth picking up as well. So I'm going to have to do some more research on him. Go ahead and find him. Yeah, his 84 right now is at 14,000. Let me see, is there one a little bit higher? Or you can pick up his 85 for 23,000. All right, but overall, man, his stats look very similar to Urlacher, and I mean they're just gonna help your team make plays. So I definitely recommend picking up both of those cards to improve that linebacker core. All right, now one of my favorite cards as well, even in Madden, but they finally dropped him in college football, is Warren Sapp. So I'm actually going to be buying him today as well. But overall, you can pick up the 84 for about 15,000, and I think the 80 was that 85, and the 85 is going for about 25,000. All right, but I'm gonna just pick up the 84. But Warren Sapp, I mean, this card, he can do everything. All right, he's able to make plays, he's able to make tackles, and he's just going to improve your defensive line, and hopefully you're able to get more pressure on the quarterbacks as well. I'm going to go ahead and buy him as well just to improve my team. There's also other defensive tackles you could pick up, but I think he fits my scheme in the way that I like to play. And then lastly, we're going to do the right end position, and I think everybody should know who this guy is right here, but it's Julius Peppers. And I posted my short with this card to stop those guys from rolling out. But this card right here is really, really good. I mean, the speed, 83, tackling, 81. He's going to make plays. And this is hopefully be the card that can stop the guys that like to roll out all the time and scramble. So I'm going to go ahead and buy him as well just to improve my team overall. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and leave comments. If there's something that I can do better, let me know. And if there's any players that I missed, let me know and I can add them on the next list. I'll try to do one each week just so I can stay relevant with the content and also provide good feedback. Thank you for checking me out, and I'm out.